really want to shut it.
Maybe if I don't work with you. Just ask.
We'll call the meeting to order and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I think that is the best we've ever done the pledge. So I want to thank all of you, everyone that's in the room. So we'll start the meeting by taking a motion for consent agenda items.
Motion.
I have a motion by Earl. Do I have a second? Second by Travis. Any discussion? Lots of discussion. That's okay. That's all right. You keep sharing. Hearing no discussion, we'll vote. How about that? All those in favor? 7-0. So next we have some community non-agenda items, which I think is why the room is full. And so we're super excited about that. Do you want to introduce?
Yes, so we're starting off with Creek PreK, and thank you for closing the door because they were told it was a magic door for their big entrance. So if we could move so that they'll face the parents, they're so cute. I know we all want to see them.
Yes. Yeah, I really wanted to say I had a lot to be proud of and wanted to share. And I know we have just a limited amount of time, and I thought about the thing I was most thankful for this year, and it's having 4-year-olds in the building. So I really want to say thank you to the board. I know that came with approval last year. I'm really thankful for your support with pre-K. So without further ado, I'm ready for some Creek preschoolers.
Here comes Bubby.
Here comes Bubby, watch.
They have just a few songs and skills that they want to share with our families and the community here tonight. So we're going to let them do their thing.
Are these 2 words rhyming words? Rhyming words, rhyming words. Are these 2 words rhyming words? So show me thumbs up or down. Okay, hat, cat. Cat.
Nice job.
Okay. Mop, can. Okay. Red, bed. Walk, talk. Walk, talk. There you go. Jeep, leg. Jeep, leg. Okay, last one. Him, dim. Him, dim. Okay, we're gonna do our blending words. So I'm gonna say two parts of a word, and we're going to combine them and make one whole word. So get your two hands out. Okay. Into. Put them together. Into. Back. Back. Play. Ground. Tooth. Brush. Light. House. Okay, now we're gonna blend syllables. Wait. Id. Waited. Count. Counting. Wish. Full. Wishful. Numb. Number. Okay, last one. Stew. Dance. Students. Alright, our last thing, we're gonna sing our finger play. Are you ready? Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I got a fish so wide. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Why did you let it go? Because it bit my finger so. Which finger did it bite? This little finger on my right.
Great job.
You did so good.
One more
All right. Well, yes, you can get a picture.
You can get a picture with your teacher, and how about your principal too? Stay right there. I'm gonna get a picture, okay?
Parents, now's the time to get your cameras out and take
Yep.
your picture.
Feel free to come on with
We'll
me.
allow time if you need to move to the front. That's completely fine.
We'll stand behind you. Here, about that.
No.
There you go. Good job.
Oh my goodness, I Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay, if you need to move up and get pictures, go ahead.
Yes, please. Let me get out of the way.
Cheese. Smile.
And parents, that will be posted online. We had them stand so they were inside of the camera, so it'll be on the YouTube. So if you want to show a family member. My goodness, thank you. Thank you for bringing it for us to see. Great job. That was wonderful.
We understand that pre-K has a very special bedtime, so if pre-K parents need to step out and grab their babies so that they can get to bed, that would be fine.
Before you all leave, really quickly, before you all leave, we just want to say thank you for sharing your kids with us this evening. We just are so proud of them, and we just want to thank you all. We know you have a lot to do with that, so thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Brush Creek's been working also on literacy, so I brought my literacy coach, Christy Rice. We're really, really thankful to have her at Brush Creek. I wanted her to briefly be able to share some of the things that she's doing at our building.
All right, where do I need to go? Right here? Okay, thank you so much. Well, good evening. Thank you for having us tonight. I'm just really excited to share some progress happening at Brush Creek Elementary School in primary literature. You saw a little bit with that preschool, so thank you so much. That gives them such an early head start on that explicit, systematic instruction, especially in phonemic awareness we just saw, so that was wonderful. So I want to explain to you a little bit about the cadre. They're giving us so much research and information that's really best practices. So there are two things that I want to highlight that is especially good in our school this year. And that is shifting to best practices in literacy and also using data to drive instruction. So the first thing is that we're using science of reading, which is just the whole body of research that tells us what the best practices are in reading. And you guys really set us up this year, being able to have the OG training right at the beginning of the year. And our entire primary team, so kindergarten through 3rd grade, took that training. Our special education teacher, Brittany Raymond, took it, myself. And we were able to just hit the ground running at the beginning of the year. A little scary because it's all new, but they've just done phenomenal. So OG is, or Orton Gillingham, is a phonics-based instruction, and it is good for all students, but it also really works for our kids who have dyslexia, who have any kind of reading issues. And so it's been able to give our teachers clarity and consistency across grade levels. So they've been able to talk to each other and say, hey, I'm seeing this, or this is working, or this is not working. And have actually a common language about things. So that's been really beneficial. More importantly, it's been, and what we've seen is, it's been really beneficial for our students, and that's the goal. So we have really much stronger decoders. They can read, they can decode the English language, and encoders, which is what we used to call spelling. They can write, and they're doing a much better job, and they're becoming more confident in that. So the second thing is data, and looking at data in a meaningful way. So, and really in a student-focused way. So the training from Cadre and the DIBELS assessment and the core phonics screener that we've adopted this year has really been helpful. Progress monitoring has just really shifted our mindset into teachers. They might not always admit it, but they're starting to really enjoy the data. They're smiling and happy as they see students improving, and their progress monitoring so often that they're able to shift very quickly and not leave students in an intervention that maybe is not too easy, is not right for them. We're shifting it really fast, and we're seeing progress. So thank you for the DIBELS and the core and allowing us to do that. We are starting to get really excited about our end of the year. So we can't share all of that yet. It's not all in, but we are very excited to be able to share that with you. So thank you so much.
And finally, I know, I told you I have a lot to be proud of. So I have one more thing that I really want to share with you, and that's about our intermediate readers. So our 2nd through 6th grade students, they participate in our AR Point Clubs. It's through the program Accelerated Reader. We began it last year as a way to recognize and motivate students to read independently. We have lots of prizes that from trinkets, candy bars, sodas, lunch from town, privileges around the school. The top prize is a $50 gift card sponsored by our PTO, and that's when you reach 250 points in a school year. But I have some overachieving kiddos, and when we got past 250 points, we were like scratching our heads, like, how do we recognize that they're really awesome readers? They're going up beyond our highest goal that we even thought we could set. So I wanted to recognize those students tonight. Some of them don't even know they're being recognized for that. I wanted to recognize those students tonight with an award to acknowledge how proud we are and the joy that we have that they have found that in reading. So again, 250 points. I know you don't know the program. It's a really ambitious goal. Like 100 points is like something to be really proud of. 250 is phenomenal. Miss Maggie Hillen. She achieved that goal last year. She's achieved that goal this year, and we are super proud of you, Maggie. Really proud of you. We would like her to be able to shake your hand.
Yeah.
You should go around the table. She's done an amazing job.
And we'll want a picture with everybody
Yes,
too.
we have
Congratulations.
several students here to recognize.
Congratulations.
Well done. Do you want to be a nurse? If you think about it, let me know. It's never too early.
You wanna be a teacher?
Good job. We have another student, Miss Hava King. 402.8 points as of this afternoon. Well done.
Well, Mom, you want to be a cop?
Earl, she likes me better.
Recruit here.
You're a rock star.
And one more to recognize tonight, Miss Hannah Mahoy, 410.9.
Isn't that incredible? It's amazing. 100 points really is like a super, really, you should be proud of 100 points. And these kiddos are just, I don't even know what to do with them.
I love that she brings them to the meeting.
Yeah. Can you come back and we'll take a
What book is
picture?
she reading?
She brought a book. I'm so blood. It has something to do with blood. That's a good sign.
That's a good, hey,
We're gonna take a picture.
That's amazing.
All right, we'll go right over here.
And we'll grab a picture. Look at Tracy's first, because that one's more important.
Good deal. Good job.
How proud I am of her and how
Mrs. Likens and Mrs. Rice, I just want to say thank you to you and all of your staff. I see Mrs. Helen in here too, for all your efforts for literacy. Brush Creek has just grown leaps and bounds in literacy, and I know that there's embargo test scores we can't even talk about.
But we want them.
But thank you for all your hard
Later
work
on.
for our kids.
Thank you so much.
How fun was that, right?
So much.
Well done, well done. And we have more fun.
We do. While our middle schoolers are coming in, I will just remind everyone after that wonderful pre-K presentation, we are enrolling right now for pre-K for next year across the district, and we have certified level 4 preschools throughout the county. So if anyone is interested, they can call central office, 812-346-4483.
Probably want to turn it around.
We'll move our,
We'll move on the other side.
Guys. Let's go over here. There you go. Yeah.
Okay. They don't want to see the back. I think it's probably to make this flex on.
Well, Lady's serious. Like, if we get done with softball, we'll be here.
I don't know.
That's right. It's very impressive.
Why does Rick use untied? It's intense.
No.
All right, everyone. So we are from the middle school. I'm Tevin Schultz. I'm the principal there, and I've got Mrs. Garrett, one of our social studies teachers, Whitney Barber, 8th grade student, and Aiden Chin, 8th grade student. Earlier in the school year, Mrs. Garrett had asked me if our kiddos would be able to compete in what they called National History Day. We started competing at the regional level at Hanover College. For anyone wanting to know what National History Day is, think of a science fair, but for history. So our kiddos were able to dive a little bit deeper into a lot of different historical topics. as well as, so they've conducted their own research, and they had to figure out how are they gonna present that research. And so we have a couple kiddos here to share with you what they brought up.
So
as
kind
well
of
as
like
Mrs. Garrett.
set the scene, because Whitney's gonna explain what she did, but they have choices, and every year's a theme. So rights and responsibilities in history was the theme this year. So the challenge for the kids is to find something that they're passionate about that fits within that theme. So no matter what they did, it had to be an event or a person that fits within rights and responsibilities within history. But it would be world history. They have awards for Indiana history. They have then U.S. history, of course. So they could do several different things. They could do a documentary, which is what Whitney did, but she's not gonna hold her laptop up for all of you to do her documentary. But she had to make a 9-minute documentary. Aiden did a paper, which was a very long paper. It has to be 7 pages at least. And then we also have the exhibit right here. The girls who did this one are all playing softball right now. They're very involved people. And then they also could have done, you can put on a show, do a play or something. We're like, okay, we're not gonna dabble in that just yet. I don't know if we're ready for that. But they all kind of did these different things, so they could do a website. So it was really cool to see them dig into the research and try to make these historical arguments. And so then they go on from the regional level at Hanover to state. And so we have several kids going to state. And that's later on this month, and so that's at Marian University, so that's gonna be really cool. So Whitney's gonna tell you what she got out of her project, because she did an excellent job.
Thank you. The first step in any research project is obviously choosing a topic. So I did mine by researching women's history and then picking out a specific role model, you would say, from those great candidates. And I chose Elizabeth Cady Stanton. She was a really good activist. She did a ton of work in the field. And I gained a lot of skills throughout the project, like how to write a thesis statement, how to write a process paper, and also a ton of editing skills that I used inside of my documentary. And I will definitely use all of these skills in high school and other research projects that I will come across this year.
She's like a tiny Ken Burns. You guys ever see those documentaries? Slowly zooming in, and she's narrating over the whole thing. So this is just beyond anything we've ever done. And we started with the honors classes, kind of getting them into that, and then hopefully we can expand into this. And it's just a great way for them to get those presentation skills too, because they had judges that weren't me, that they had to present to, and they asked them questions and they give them feedback. And so it's just a cool way for them to expand outside of the county and see colleges. That week they went to 3 different colleges at Jennings County Middle School. Yeah, National Junior Honor Society went to IU Bloomington. These guys went to Hanover, and then you guys also went to IU Columbus that week, didn't you? It was a busy week for the 8th graders that week. So it's pretty awesome.
I think we need to get some black and gold involved.
Oh, come on. Oh, jeez. But yeah, I think Aiden, you have anything to add?
One of the skills I learned was micromanaging, because I had 3 split screens going at a time just for my project alone. So that was something.
Yeah, you put the work into a long paper, and that's a lot for them to do this age. So that was pretty cool. So they did an awesome job. So I say a hand for these guys.
Can I grab a picture first?
Oh, we're gonna take pictures.
I'll take it like this.
Just like. It's okay. Got it.
Great
Thank you,
job.
guys.
Figure this out.
Okay.
One more round of applause.
We'll let them know it was well received. They did a good job
When
with
is
it.
state? When is state?
April 26th.
April 26th.
Yeah. We still have some people with athletic conflicts, so we're hoping to get early in the morning because you can choose your time, and so they can still do it. Do that all together. So.
Good.
Hopefully.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you,
for
guys.
coming and presenting.
Thank you.
It's one of the favorite parts of the board meeting is to see all of the great things that we're doing here in Jennings County Schools. So just want to thank everybody again for sharing and taking time out of their evenings to come here. We're done with presentations, right? We got
Yes.
it?
Yes,
Just wanted to make sure. So next we'll ask if there's anyone present who would like to speak on any item on the agenda or any other topic.
Yeah, I would. I don't have a lot to say. There was a good, I'm part of a Facebook group called Parents United, and it's about bullying in the school. And I have several parents who have specifically mentioned bullying in 5th grade at Northland and Vernon Elementary. And I know we obviously can't talk about specific cases here at all, but I didn't see bullying on the agenda at all. And there are a lot of us that are concerned for obvious reasons. I'm not a parent of I was a parent of an orphan, an elementary student, and I'm obviously not a parent now, but when something happens, like happened in our community, it affects everyone, no matter if you have a child in this school or not. And so what I want, I'm here representing those parents, and what we want to know is what's being done to address bullying. I especially want to know, we want to support those who are being bullied, but especially what happens to the bullies. And I find parents are going to the administration and they're not getting satisfactory answers. I think I have a couple more minutes. So there was something very positive that was in this group. So let me see if I can find that. If not, I'll just sit down. Let me see. Okay, I don't believe it, so.
Could you mind sharing your name?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
My name is Marcia Boardman, and my address is 529 Daniel Drive.
Okay. So first of all, I want to say thank you. It's never easy, number one, to come to a board meeting, a public event like this, and to speak out. I think it's obvious that you're passionate about that, about the topic, and so I want to just say thank you for coming and sharing. I will also just kind of quickly share, of course, Jennings County School Corporation is committed to making sure that we have a safe and supportive learning environment for all kids. In the 5th grade, at every school, in every grade, and that's extremely important to us. We take any allegations of bullying or any concerns like that extremely seriously. What we would want to say is if any student or any adult has information about those concerns that is actionable, something that we can, if you have names, if you have situations, we want to know about those. Nikki, I know, wants to know about those. We have a process for addressing and dealing with every single concern. But if we don't know those things are being said or going on, there's no way for us to act on that, as you can imagine. Our teachers, our counselors, our administrators, we have a variety of resources that we can provide, not only to students, but also to parents, also to other adults, community members. I think that's extremely important. If a student feels that an issue has not been addressed or resolved, we want them to work, of course, with not only their teacher, but their principal of the school, administration in the school. There are a lot of different ways that individuals can report bullying events. And this is one of the things that I want to share, is so that you and others, if they're watching this streamlined or if they're reading it in the newspaper, so that they know how to share those events. Because sometimes they don't want to share those events face-to-face. They want it to be more anonymous. But we need that information in order to be able to investigate those items. So there are several ways that you can report. Of course, you can email it directly to a principal or here at the central office, any of the administrators. Parent Square, if parents are using Parent Square, there's a way that they can communicate with teachers and again, principals through Parent Square. That's another avenue. We also do have a reporting site on the website where you can report anonymously any bullying events. So that would be as an option for, again, students or parents or any individual in the community. If you believe that you've reported something and that you don't feel like you got the satisfaction of or resolution of that event, we would encourage you to reach out to central office. The individuals in this room here at the central office, again, we are dedicated to making sure that these opportunities or issues are addressed. So Nikki and Carrie, so any of the Mandy, I know all of them you can reach out here at the central office. And I believe Nikki left some business cards at the table just outside of the doors. Pick up those business cards and just reach out to us and let us know what you've heard so that we can investigate it. The office number here, I think we shared it earlier, but you may not have written it down. The office phone number to the central office here is 812-346-4483. Also, any of their email addresses are available on the website and again on their business cards. And again, those are out on the table just outside the doors. Direct contact and open communication, of course, is vital. We have to work together to provide this safe environment to make sure that we're supportive to the students, to the staff, in our school corporation. So again, I would say that I appreciate very much you coming. I've given a lot of information. Happy to, if you missed any of that, I'm happy to go over it again with you after the board meeting. If you're a member of a Facebook group, it's social media is something that we struggle with because not always is that information identified where we can act on it, right? The information is just not detailed enough. So if you know those individuals and you're, you're representing them and you know information, reach out and let us know so that we can investigate it.
Okay, that sounds good, and I will post this information on, see if I can get it so it's posted at the top of the web.
Please
of
do.
that Facebook page.
Please do.
And the individuals where we know of an incident say they are reaching out.
Great.
So I'm trying to stay in touch.
And I would also say, I think you understand, when investigations are going on, especially when involving children, we can't share that information.
Yeah.
Very much in the healthcare setting, we're limited in what we can share. But what I want to assure you is that the Jennings County School Corporation has processes in place to do full and thorough investigation and respond as appropriate. So hopefully what you'll hear, if you're, again, in a group with some of those individuals, is you'll hear that process is working.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you. Is there anyone else who wanted to speak to something not on the agenda? Great. Then we'll move right on down the agenda. We'll start with old business. We have some Neola policies.
Yes, this is a second reading, so asking for approval of this group of Neola policies, please.
Okay, we'll take this as a group. Do I have a motion I have a motion by Pat. Do I have a second? Second by Cheryl. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Next we have under new business programs.
Yes, bringing it in form tonight and would like to bring it back for an approval later. This is a Say Something program. So this is put out by Sandy Hook Promise. And we became aware of this group when Mooresville School District had a school safety concern that was reported before an incident happened. And this group was attributed to stopping that concern. This is created by the families from Sandy Hook, and they have found funding, so this is free to any school that would like to join. So I have the information here for you tonight about what the program is. It is basically an anonymous reporting system, but I feel like it takes the types of things that we've had and used in the past, like we named tonight, anonymous reporting forms, email, and it combines it all into one streamlined system. So it is an app and it is a website that families can go to, students can go to report any school safety threat, any type of bullying concern, any type of self-harm concern for students, or even a concern that someone needs to be checked on for a self-harm type of issue that they might be cutting, for example. It includes within the app and the program the ability, and this is what is innovative and new, for social media. So someone can take a screenshot of a post online and attach it to the report very easily through their phone. All of this is free, and in addition to this, you'll see it goes to a national crisis center. So instead of being manned by only our own internal staff. This National Crisis Center operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all year long. And they are fluent in multiple languages. If someone wants to speak to someone directly, they can reach out and help connect them to resources. And they also will put in a call directly to the local law enforcement if it is an urgent concern and they can't reach a follow-up contact. So it is an added layer of safety for school safety and student safety. So what I'd like to do is bring back an MOU. What our next steps would be if we're interested. We would have to get an MOU agreement in place, and then they would work with us free to onboard the system so that we would have it up and available for next school year. It takes them a while to get all the pieces and components in place. But it would be an option then that we would have in place for next school year. They also do have some training and programming and evidence-based research that's available, but that is a second part that we do not have to be a part of to take advantage of the app. And we would review that and see if it's something we're interested in going forward, if it fits what our curriculum guidelines are, and we would bring that for approval. So the only part we're asking for approval for is the app, not the associated curriculum right now, but for the reporting app. So I'd like to bring back an MOU for you if you're interested in that at the next meeting.
So Nikki, I know I don't usually throw this on you, so I apologize if I am. The reason that we can't go ahead and approve this tonight, just in lieu of the conversations, is really because we don't have the MOU yet.
Correct, and that has to come from the Say Something program. So once I can confirm our interest, then they will send me the MOU. I'll get that to our legal team, make sure we have everything ironed out, and then they told us that it takes 6 to 9 weeks for onboarding.
Does anybody have questions?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Thank you.
We'll
Bring that back.
on that one. So next we have, again, another program.
Yes, I am requesting an official approval to apply to the IDOE for a separate school number for our new virtual online school. This will be separate from all of our numbers, just like a new school we're adding, so that we can track how students are doing in this school, just like we do every other school. So I'm just asking for approval to apply for that number.
Entertained. Okay, motion by Travis. Do I have a second? Second by Earl. Sorry, quicker. I got a second by Earl. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. So great. Now we'll move down under support staff. It looks like we have permission to post some
Yes,
summer
please.
positions.
Asking for approval or permission to post summer support positions, 4 technology positions, 8 custodian positions, 3 grounds worker positions, and 1 central office assistant position. These are positions you probably are remembering that I usually come to you and ask for approval. They are ones that we're hoping that employees that might want to seek summer employment would be able to apply for, or other community members like our college students.
So moved.
Motion by Mary Lynn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Pat. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Next, we have some recommendations.
Yes, please. Asking approval for the following recommendations. Jennifer Campbell as Jennings County School Corp permanent floating sub-cook, Damian Dixon as a middle school volunteer track and field coach, and James Hyday as a Jennings County High School custodian with a 2nd shift.
Entertain a motion to approve those recommendations as read.
So moved.
I have a motion by Cheryl. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Travis. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Next, we have some, down under finance, we have some donations.
Yes, I'm asking board approval to accept the following donations. Brush Creek Elementary PTO, $35 to the 6th grade celebration. Liz Cummins, $100 for student snacks. At the high school, we've got Bealey Family Dentistry, 400 toothbrushes and 400 toothpaste for the kindergarten roundup for all elementaries. Estimated value of $1,450, and Expert Eye Care, 400 coloring book pamphlets for the kindergarten roundup, all elementaries, estimated $1,200. And Jennings County Health Department Stop the Bleed kits, estimated $3,825 for all schools. And that's all corporation donations. The high school donation, Cheryl Todorovich, Wade, $1,000 to the Touch It Class end of school year party. Sand Creek Elementary, the Jennings County Retired Teacher Classroom Teacher Grant, Kate Gray, $400, and Leslie Peacock, $140. NVIC, $200 for the Escape Room Club. And Scipio Elementary, Jennings County Retired Teachers Classroom Grant to Casey Ernst, $571.89.
Entertain a motion to approve donations. I have a motion by Mary Lynn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Pat. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Next, we have an IDOE rule.
Yes.
Perfect.
We are excited that we are going to be able to offer a potential new program this year, and that is to feed students in the summer. And so it is the IDOE Rural Non-Congregate Summer Meal Food Program. And what that does is by applying and with their approval, we would be allowed to feed all children 18 years of age and younger. So once a week in June and July, they would come to the school and pick up 5 days of meals to take home and have for the summer while we're out of school and kids may not have access to food opportunities. So we would like your approval to proceed with the paperwork and getting that started. There would be an associated staffing position, a couple positions, but those are covered through the program itself. So it's a wonderful opportunity, and I want to say thank you to Stacy Green for aggressively seeking this out and working through it so that we have a chance with this.
That's wonderful. Make sure the paper gets a hold of that one. That's a big deal. It really is. We entertain a motion to accept the program.
So moved.
Motion by Pat. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Cheryl. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. And next we're down under other. Did you have anything? So just so that everyone knows, we did have, it was an individual that was here, I'm not sure if they're still here or not, but didn't want to speak, but dropped off some, basically some resource material, resources in my backyard. It's Jennings County. It has a list of all kind of resources for community members. We have a few copies here. Nikki has them. Always appreciate getting resources, especially for community members. So just, I want to thank them for that. If you need that information, again, we have several copies that'll be available here. Anything else, Nikki? No, hearing nothing, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Pat. Do I have a second? Earl? All those in favor? 7-0. Meeting adjourned.